extreme heat warning now in effect until 9 p.m. Friday. What? Dangerously hot conditions with heat index values up to 100. Overnight temperatures remaining very warm in the mid-70s. Where? Anoka, Carver, Dakota, Hennepin, Ramsey, Scott, and Washington counties. When? Until 9 p.m. Friday. The following impacts are expected. Heat-related illnesses increase significantly during extreme heat and high humidity events. Prolonged heat waves lead to cumulative heat stress for those who cannot adequately cool down and recover each night. Cumulative heat stress significantly increases the risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke as time goes on. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Do not leave young children and pets in unattended vehicles. Car interiors will reach lethal temperatures in a matter of minutes. To reduce risk during outdoor work, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends scheduling frequent rest breaks in shaded or air-conditioned environments. Anyone overcome by heat should be moved to a cool and shaded location. Heat stroke is an emergency. Call 911. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of central and southern Minnesota and west central Wisconsin. For tonight, heat index values will climb to between 95 and 100 degrees this afternoon. The greatest impacts from the heat will be felt in the urban core of the Twin Cities metro, where little cooling relief is expected overnight. An air quality alert is in place today for much of central and eastern Minnesota through western Wisconsin due to wildfire smoke from northern Minnesota being advected southeast. And now the extended outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. The heat wave will continue through the end of the week with highs in the 90s and heat index values nearing 100 degrees. The greatest impacts from the heat will be felt in the urban core of the Twin Cities metro, where little cooling relief is expected overnight. An air quality alert is in place for Thursday for much of central and eastern Minnesota through western Wisconsin due to wildfire smoke from northern Minnesota being advected southeast. Spotter information statement: Skywarn spotter activation will not be needed. Now the forecast for the Twin Cities metropolitan area. Tonight, partly cloudy. Patchy smoke early in the evening. Areas of smoke overnight, then patchy smoke late in the night. Lows in the lower 70s. Northeast winds up to 10 miles an hour. Thursday, mostly sunny. Patchy smoke through the day. Highs in the lower 90s. Southeast winds up to 10 miles an hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Patchy smoke in the evening. Lows in the lower 70s. South winds up to 10 miles an hour. Friday, sunny. Highs in the mid-90s. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 70s. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, shifting to the northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour overnight. Saturday and Saturday night, mostly clear. Highs in the upper 80s. Lows in the upper 60s. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 80s. Sunday night, mostly cloudy in the evening, then partly cloudy with chance of showers overnight. Lows around 70. Chance of showers 50%. Monday, mostly sunny. Highs around 90. Monday night and Tuesday, mostly clear. Lows in the mid-60s. Highs in the lower 80s. Tuesday night and Wednesday, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 60s. Highs in the lower 80s. Again, the forecast for the Twin Cities metropolitan area for tonight, partly cloudy. Patchy smoke early in the evening. Areas of smoke overnight, then patchy smoke late in the night. Lows in the lower 70s. Northeast winds up to 10 miles an hour. At 8 p.m., in the Twin Cities, smoke was reported. The visibility was 4 miles. The temperature was 87 degrees. The dew point was 68, and the relative humidity was 52%. The heat index was 90. The wind was northeast at 9 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.06 inches and rising. Around the metro, haze was reported with a temperature of 87 at South St. Paul and 82 at Lake Elmo. Smoke was reported with a temperature of 85 at St. Paul, 89 at Eden Prairie, 85 at Crystal, and 82 at Blaine. At Lakeville, it was clear with a temperature of 88. Across the rest of Minnesota, at Brainerd, haze was reported with a temperature of 79. Smoke was reported with a temperature of 80 at St. Cloud and 72 at Duluth. It was clear with a temperature of 85 at Rochester and 88 at Mankato. It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 75 at Bemidji, 86 at Alexandria, and 85 at Marshall. It was mostly cloudy with a temperature of 74 at Hibbing and 72 at International Falls. Around Wisconsin, haze was reported with a temperature of 82 at Eau Claire, 77 at Rice Lake, 79 at Wausau, and 77 at Green Bay. At Milwaukee, smoke was reported with a temperature of 77. It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 86 at Madison and 90 at La Crosse. At Osceola, it was cloudy with a temperature of 80. Across the eastern Dakotas, at Fargo, haze was reported with a temperature of 83. It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 84 at Watertown and 84 at Sioux Falls. In Iowa, skies ranged from clear to partly cloudy. It was 87 at Des Moines, 85 at Sioux City, and 83 at Mason City. Once again at 8 p.m., in the Twin Cities, it was 87 degrees and the heat index was 90, with smoke. What? The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency has issued an air quality alert for fine particles pollution. The air quality index, ACI, is expected to reach the maroon or hazardous category. Where? East Central Minnesota. When? Until 11 a.m. Friday. The following impacts are expected. Everyone is likely to be affected by wildfire smoke in these concentrations. Minor trace amounts of ashfall are likely and have been observed with the dense smoke. Additional details: dense smoke is being pulled by a quasi-stationary front across central Minnesota. ACI values have already been observed in the maroon hazardous concentration and will continue through the alert period. Smoke will gradually fall northward and disperse, but is expected to remain in alert level concentrations until at least Friday. Sensitive groups, such as people with lung disease including asthma, heart disease, and children and older adults, should remain indoors and keep activity levels low. The general public should avoid all physical activities outdoors. Keep windows closed overnight to prevent smoke from getting indoors. Reduce or eliminate activities that contribute to air pollution, such as outdoor burning and use of residential wood burning devices.